right now coming in from the state of Karnataka, which is that crores of rupees have been provided to the National Herald newspaper, which of course is run by the Congress party, from Karnataka government's coffers. Taxpayer funds for political patronage? Well, that's the question that's being asked. Now, the National Herald has emerged as the unexpected titan of Karnataka's ad budget, and this has now superseded or eclipsed all other national newspapers in the state spending for 2 consecutive years. National Herald has received money, more money than other established newspapers. 1.9 crore was given from the Karnataka state government coffers to National Herald in 2023-24, and nearly 1 crore, almost 99 lakh rupees in the year 2024-25. Out of the 1.42 crore spent on national level newspapers in 2024-25, a staggering 69% of that amount had been allocated for the purposes of National Herald alone, even as other established newspapers got a very negligible amount of money. Let me go across to my colleague Imran for more on this. He's bringing us more details. Now, Imran, the Karnataka government, what's its explanation for this kind of splurge on what is widely, of course, believed to be the mouthpiece of the Congress party itself, which is National Herald? Now, private entities can, of course, pay newspapers, but this is taxpayer money that's being spoken about, being allocated for the purposes of a paper that is the mouthpiece of the Congress. What's happened and what's the explanation given by the Congress party?
Well, the Congress party is right now is caught over this particular issue, where the documents show clearly that National Herald has been given preference over other newspapers, and in fact some of the newspaper national dailies have got zero money, but except National Herald, which has a very few circulation, is considered mouthpiece of the Congress government, and also it is where ED is investigating over the contribution to its newspaper National Herald case. Now the documents show that in 2024 it was given 1 crore, another 24-25 99 lakhs was given. Now the Congress party says that because it's a party, sources within the party say that, you know, as part of the newspaper they had given amount, but there's no justification coming as to how other newspapers, media outlets were not given that amount, whereas exactly over 69% more was given to National Herald.
Well, let me go across to my colleague Pratibha as well, and we have some documents that show the allocations that have been made to the National Herald newspaper by the Karnataka government over a couple of years. Pratibha, what are the details?
So, Siddharth, these are the documents that have been accessed by Times Now, and this shows the Karnataka government ad spend. And now look at the years 2023 to 24 and 24 to 25, the amount of money that has been given to National Herald, a defunct paper, all of this funded by the taxpayers at a time when the government has been saying, including the Deputy Chief Minister, saying that we don't have money for development. So the Khatakhat model of the Congress party has been criticized time and again, but look where the taxpayers' money is actually going. 1.9 crore rupees going to National Herald. This is in 2023-24, and then a similar huge amount of money, and make a comparison to the other publications as well. In this year, zero. That's the amount of money that has been given to any other publication, whereas money has been allotted for National Herald. This at a time when the Congress government has on record claimed that we don't have money, whether it is about the potholes, whether it is about development. When these questions are asked, this is the claim that has been made by the Karnataka government, and here is where the taxpayers' money is going. All of it, 69% of the entire fund pool going to National Herald in this case, as is shown in these documents accessed by Times Now.
Well, we also have our national editor Patronage joining us, but before that, let me also get a view from Mr. S. Prakash of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Prakash, how do you see this? Because this would not have been an issue had the Congress party allocated funds for National Herald from its own party coffers, but this is taxpayer money that's now being allocated for a mouthpiece of the Congress party. That's what's in fact triggered this entire controversy in the first place. What's your perspective?
No, we have been saying the Congress party has made the Karnataka as an ATM, and it is now once again proved. The National Herald, which does not have any circulation at all. It is an in-house party publication, and splurging money over it is a wasteful expenditure which otherwise could have been used for the developmental activities. Unfortunately, they have to follow the diktat of the K.C. Venugopal and Rahul Gandhi and spend money even though its utility value is zero.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Prakash. Pranesh, this is a big deal for the simple reason that it's taxpayer money that is being allocated clearly for the purposes of propaganda to the mouthpiece of the Congress party. This is government money, this is taxpayer money, not some private party fund.
You're right, Siddharth. That is obviously one view, but government is entitled to give the money that it has, and all the money that is at the disposal of the government is essentially taxpayers' money. So if you look at it that way, yes, it is taxpayers' money funding Herald. But even if you were to look at it in a larger, more holistic way, that the government is entitled to give ads to newspapers or media outlets. But the problem here is that many people believe that the readership of National Herald is on a decline. So here is a paper which is not really top notch in terms of distribution, reach, readership, whatever you want to however you want to say it. But despite all of that, despite these hard facts, the government is going out of its way. And if you just see the numbers, and Pratibha just told us about the numbers, look at the amount against National Herald. Now the list has other newspapers and publications also from Karnataka. And I'm being told, and maybe Imran and Pratibha can shed more light on it, that some of the others have more readership, but they've got lesser money. So what explains it? You were right when you said that this is patronage for the mouthpiece of the Congress party. National Herald is essentially that. And the government will also have to explain that when it says that we don't have money to, fulfill our electoral promises, by which I mean the government schemes that they had promised in their manifesto. They say we have fund crunch. And people say that this is the khatakhat model of the Congress party. But there is no fund crunch when it comes to, allocating money to National Herald. Now, according to some reports, 69% or more than 65% of the total ad fund was allocated to National Herald. Imran and Pratibha will have the precise number, but it is over 60% for sure.
All right, Pranesh, stay with us. We also have Bhavtosh joining us now for more on this. Bhavtosh, of course, the National Herald case has been in the courts for quite some time. The Enforcement Directorate, among others, other agencies have been investigating it for an extended period of time as well. And clearly the Gandhi family is in the dock pertaining to some very questionable transactions related to this case. But if we were to speak specifically about the ad spend on the part of the Karnataka government in this particular case, significant allocation, to put it very mildly, made towards National Herald from taxpayer money, which is part of the government coffers. Now, is this an attempt on the part of the Karnataka government, which has complained of a fund crunch as well, to revive what many believe is a newspaper in decline? How are we to interpret the actions here? Because the state government will say that multiple state governments across the country will end up spending money on ad spend. It is taxpayer money, so what's wrong if we've decided to give an X amount of money towards National Herald? That might be the presumable defense coming from the Karnataka government side.
Well, Siddharth, as far as National Herald is concerned, the money that was initially given between 2011, that money was around 90 crore rupees to Associate General Private Limited, and this was done to revive National Herald. What ED's investigation had found was that no print edition was ever published, and only when the investigation started, first by the Income Tax Department and later by the Enforcement Directorate, that website was then put up by the Associate General Private Limited, which was then taken over by the Young Indian Private Limited. ED's investigation further revealed that this was done primarily so that the prime properties across the country can be taken over by the Young Indian Private Limited. This charge has been denied several times by the Congress Party, saying that Young Indian Private Limited is a not-for-profit company, and that they had no idea or no desire to take over the prime estate. ED's charge sheet, though, has been dismissed by the court. It has been dismissed by the court primarily because of the reason that a private complaint cannot be the basis for filing of a money laundering case. ED has now challenged this before the Delhi High Court. But the fact remains that the status of National Herald as of now is a website. It is only being published on the digital platform.
Yes.
They don't have any print editions, and that could be the reason why the opposition is now asking some questions to the Congress party.
All right, let me go across to Imran as well. He's been tracking the reactions in this particular case too. Imran, do we have a response from the Karnataka government? What are they trying to say in defense of this transaction? Any response forthcoming from them at all?
Well, they acknowledge that they have given the amount in 2024 and 2023, 24, 24, 25, and before that too in April 2017, 2018. They say that it's part of the ads given to the newspapers they have given, but there's no explanation coming as to why only National Herald has been given and others national dailies who have a bigger circulation than National Herald has been given amount very less, and also in some cases zero amount. As of right now, one can understand that it's National Herald is considered the mouthpiece of the Congress government. So from the government, within the sources informed that as part of it, they have given amount to the National Herald. We've seen that 1.59 crores and 99 lakhs have been given, which is unprecedented than other newspapers. Close to 69% more than other newspapers have been given to the government by the Congress government here in Karnataka.
Right. So Pranesh, coming back to you, the issue here is of the proportion of the ad spend, a disproportionate amount being allocated to what's, of course, widely believed to be a mouthpiece of the Congress party. So an attempt on the part of the government using taxpayer money to propagate its own narrative, using its party mouthpiece, a disproportionate share being allocated to one particular source, which is in this case the National Herald, while a very negligible amount allocated to the others. That appears to be the serious bone of contention. We'll also, of course, await an official response from the Karnataka government as well, Pranesh.
We have an official response now, Siddharth.
Okay.
You know, the responsible broadcaster that we are, when we do a story, we do it properly. You know, we leave no ends, and we now have a response from none other than Mr. Pawan Kheda, you know, senior leader of the party, looks after communications. When Times Now asked him this question, look what he says. What's the issue with that? He says National Herald is a national heritage. His words, not mine. Then he says it was responsible to raise the banner of revolt against the British government. The newspaper showed courage when no other newspaper did. That is the logic and the rationale now being presented by the Congress party to justify this lopsided, ad spend. And see the number of publications there. Pratibha has that list again now translated with the names of the other publications. But before we go to Pratibha, I think we have that response from Pawan Kheda. If we have it ready, we can, listen to it.
Yeah, we'll just try to play out that response in a short while. It is ready. Let's in fact listen into what Pawan Kheda had to say in defense of this transaction.
Because 99 lakh was given out to only National Herald, while major national dailies like Hindustan Times or...
So what's the problem? Interesting development.
No, it was almost...
Trying to ready that bite once again. It was part of course, a press conference that involved Pawan Kheda, and a question was specifically asked to him about that transaction. Let's once again listen into what he said.
99 lakh was given out to only National Herald, while major national dailies like Hindustan Times or...
So what's the problem? What's the problem in that? Give me the problem first. No, what is the problem here? So it's the constitutionally mandated duty to preserve national heritage.
But it's also a...
National heritage. May I please? National Herald is a national heritage. A newspaper, an institution which was responsible to raise the banner of revolt against the British when no other newspaper or publication had the courage during those days. National Herald was the pioneer in that. And the Constitution mandates it upon all of us to protect, preserve this national heritage called the National Herald.
Sir, my question is, ED has yesterday they said that they had uncovered suspected misuse of foreign funds to influence government policies and undermine India's energy security during.
Get another response now from the Congress party. We have Mr. Salim Ahmed as well joining us. Mr. Salim Ahmed, if the Congress party had used its party coffers and allocated an amount of 5 crore or 10 crore for National Herald, one wouldn't see too many people complaining. But this is, at the end of the day, taxpayer money. Did National Herald have to be allocated such a disproportionate amount of money in comparison to the others? That's a question that is being asked of the Karnataka government. What's your response, sir?
What is wrong in it? We are being given to all other papers. So National Herald is a very old paper, which was there at the time of freedom struggle.
Yes.
So what is the problem with the other people?
Well, it's been around since the freedom struggle, then it went defunct, it's been revived again, and now it's become the practical mouthpiece of the Congress party. So should you be allocating so much money towards what is essentially party propaganda? That's the question that's being asked. And that too taxpayer money.
Freedom struggle, is it a mouthpiece of freedom of fighting against British? And the time the paper was there, what is wrong? Everybody has to support them. And we have been given crores of these other papers. You are not asking me about other papers. You only want to ask about the National Herald. It's the most unfortunate, I feel. And which everybody should encourage. Such an old paper, it was there at that time, and no other paper was there in the freedom struggle. It has played an important role for the independence of this country. And I can't understand who's complaining on this one. It's only BJP is going to complain. No other people are going to complain on this.
Mr. Salim Ahmed, I'll tell you why people are complaining. Would you like to explain to us on what basis is the money allocated? Is it on patronage, proximity to the party, personal likes and dislikes of the government of the party in power, or is it on more tangible things like readership, etc.? Because if you see the list, the highest allocation is to National Herald. People say the readership of National Herald is declining.
Definitely, we want to keep the paper alive.
So you're using the government money to keep the Congress paper alive. So that is the admission.
You're not talking about we are giving to Hindustan Times, we are giving to Times of India, we are giving to other papers. You are not asking us that.
Mr. Ahmed, you're not doing a favor by giving ads. That's okay. That is procedure. You've just admitted just to keep National Herald alive, which is national heritage for the Congress party. You're using money.
Definitely. The freedom struggle played an important role.
Let's see how this story unfolds. Siddharth, we'll have to take a break now.
Keeping the so-called heritage alive at a time when the Karnataka government itself has been facing a fund crunch, as per the admission of some of its own senior members. So that's another question that, of course, needs to be asked of the Congress party. Thanks, Pranesh, my colleague Pratibha, as well as Imran, for giving us a perspective on this developing story. We'll wait for more reactions to pour in the meantime. We're taking a short break. We'll come back with more on the other side.